When the gym closed, what was that like?
Ask me what happened to my toe.
And if I don't have a squat rack, what's your top tip for keeping fit during lockdown? Your wildest gym story.
I'm Tim Frey and I'm on a mission to teach you the best tools, hacks, programs and information to take your training, mindset and nutrition to the next level.
Your wildest gym story.
So I got a few and I'll act out the first one. So my boss in America, he was an amazing man, Jim Crumpos. And every morning we'd walk into the gym and he'd be like, "It's a good day to be alive." At like 4 a.m, like every single day without a doubt. And he'd scream that at the top of his lungs. That wasn't the wild part. So he had this big thing about getting like core tight during exercises. And I can specifically remember one day I was squatting. I was doing like me squatting, it's wild. I was doing 3 sets of 3 and I had 140 for the first set and I got in the hole and he came up behind me and punched me in the gut as hard as he could, like full swing, and he was like, "Get your core tight," and just walked off. And I was like, dude, imagine having like a full bar loaded and then someone just comes up and just like fucking smacks you in the gut.
What's your top tip for keeping fit during lockdown?
Top tip for keeping fit during lockdown was have me as your coach. That's definitely tip number 1. Tip number 2 would be listen to my advice, listen to your coach's advice. And then tip number 3, drink heaps of coffee. We're shooting at how to keep fit in ISO, so we wanted to get coffee and
fitness, caffeine, family.
Everyone fucking wigs out when you rock up
With a
anywhere
camera?
with a camera.
Oh yeah.
Walking around wearing Helix shirts.
I know, I love it. That makes it even better.
Yeah.
The Helix shirt.
People freak out.
A few moments later.
What did you say about your underwear?
So as I'm walking, I can feel something hitting against my pants, and it's definitely my member. But I have a dog and he's big and his name's Max, and he's got a thing for underwear. So he always chews my underwear, and I currently have a really big hole in the front of my underwear. So it feels like I'm not wearing underwear, but I am. So it's kind of like I'm protected on the balls and the other bits out to play. Got my stories book, coffee in my hand. I'm gonna trip over something behind it. It's like a duck. Wah, wah. Ask me what happened to my toe.
What happened to your toe?
So yeah, maybe don't feel my toe. I don't want to lose subscribers already. So I was in the gym and I had I'm actually gonna act this out so you can see what this looks like. So I had a 20 plate on the bar, like this. And I don't know what I was doing. I wasn't paying attention or something, and I was like, cool, pulled it off, drop onto my big toe, and then basically broke my toe, mangled everything, and it took me 10 whole years for the toenail to grow back on my toe. So it was like literally growing upwards for that long. It was like black, falling off, looking like shit, and that's my horrible toey gym story. So I'm the original toey, anyone that asks. There's a few toeys going around the gym from people that stub their toes in Bali and shit like that, but that is how I dropped a 20 kilo plate on my toe from squat height. Squat height for me is not very high, but it's still pretty high. How I became a trainer. So I'm actually thinking of this myself. How did I become a trainer? So I was in my first couple of months at uni, college, whatever, I don't know where you're from, but you get what that is, doing my undergrad in exercise science, and I was like, oh, personal training job came up. I went for a position. I had no idea how to train anyone, and I was probably the worst personal trainer of all time. I was that guy that would just like put people on the leg press and make them press until they vomited, and I was like, yeah, good session, like, hope you had fun, good one. And the guy who hired me, Dane, he basically hired me and he asked for my credentials and certifications and whatever, and I was like, yeah, I'll send them. Never sent them to him because I didn't have any, and I became a personal trainer without any qualifications. and then like every couple of months they were like, we need to upgrade your insurance, but I couldn't get insurance because I didn't have qualifications. So it was like, yeah, I'll keep sending it, but I never happened. That was many moons ago. Ever since then I've gone on to study my undergrad in sports science, exercise science, and then I did a master's in strength conditioning, and then had the pleasure of doing every certification under the sun up until then, which has been an 11-year journey up until now.
So you could be a doctor.
Yeah, I could be a doctor, could have been an astronaut, could have been a gigolo, could have been a YouTube star, could have been a
mannequin.
celebrity, could have been a mannequin. I am a mannequin, I'm saying. Like a thick, short, 5'1" mannequin.
So if I'm not feeling so hot, should I train anyway?
Depends what. If you've got coronavirus, definitely don't train. But if you're just like being a puss, then you definitely should. But some days I'm not feeling great, and my whoop says I'm feeling great, when my recovery score would be like 70, 80, 90%, and then I don't want to train, but I think a lot of it's psychological. Maybe getting into a habit of training is good. That's why the 75 hard challenge is really good. Man, that motorbike's loud. Yeah, 75 hard challenge is great.
When the gym closed, the day the government said it's enough, what was that like?
Yeah, I think it was, I was at Nando's with Steph, and then I heard it, like, my phone just started blowing up. I was like, fuck, what is going on? Like, this must be a disaster. Had like 6 messages and was like, gyms are closing tomorrow, and like we had no, I thought it was going to happen in New South Wales or Victoria, and then next minute Perth, West Australia, we are closing tomorrow. You've got like 12 hours to get your shit together, and I was like, oh my god, I need to create an online model in 12 to 18 hours, launch it, hopefully so many members don't quit that, you know, we lose our business and go bankrupt. And then we had like a send-off that night, and it was pretty emotional. A lot of tears, a lot of crying. Probably it was like grief. I felt like a family member had died. That we went in for a couple of days, probably like 2-3 days, and then strapped on my big boy pants, became a leader, and got the online business model cranking. So ever since then, what's it been, 5 weeks now since we had the gym shut, and yeah, everything's gone really well. We've transitioned to online, and we've had a big uptake from our members from Zoom classes and one-on-one coaching. Everything's been great, but that initial grief period, like I couldn't imagine what, I've never had someone close to me die or pass away, but I could imagine that's, well, it would probably feel worse than that, but that felt like for me, my baby had died on that day and will be reborn at some point very soon. Don't forget to subscribe down here or down here. I'm not really sure which way we're
It'll be
at.
up there.
Inside out. Don't forget to subscribe. And then in the description below, I have one download and then one other offer for you. So get free 7-day coaching one-on-one with me, take your performance to the next level, or download our Lean, Strong and Flexi ebook, which I've got a few copies left. Don't miss out.